Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Coming up here on today's show, I'm going to be breaking down the biggest team needs and 30 players that I want the Raiders to go out and at least target in free agency. Now, I wouldn't be able to do today's show if it wasn't for our awesome sponsor, Fetch Rewards, the #1 rewards app out there. If you haven't already downloaded it, it's free to do so. Just go to chatsports.com/fetch. Use code Raiders to get 3,000 bonus points. That link is available for y'all in the comments and in the description. This is an awesome app where you can turn those old receipts and convert them into gift cards. And I don't know about y'all, around Valentine's Day, I will take all the gift cards that I possibly can get my hands on. So first off, we're going to go, and basically the way that this show is going to go is I'm going to tell you the biggest team need for the Raiders, which is right tackle, and then I'm going to get into all the right tackles that I want the Raiders to go out and target. And then we'll go to the next position and break it down by position here on today's show. So coming in here, my #1 free agent right tackle that I would want the Raiders to go out and get is Morgan Moses. This guy is a mauler on the right side, and he was more than likely going to be the most expensive. Now, there's a lot of solid left tackles, but Moses is the best right tackle. Let's go to #2 here, Bobbie Massie. Coming off a pretty solid year with the Denver Broncos, most previously also with the Chicago Bears. Riley Reiff, I really want you guys to watch him closely in Super Bowl 56. He's been a pretty solid addition for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's #3. Next, Cornelius Lucas, Washington. He's played close to maybe 600 snaps this season. I've seen some good. I have seen some bad. And then at #5, Brandon Shell of the Seattle Seahawks. The reason why Morgan Moses keeps on popping up is because, not that I don't like Massie, Reiff, or Lucas, or Shell, but Moses is clearly the #1 right tackle in this year's free agency class. Another right tackle, it's going to be mentioned in some videos, is Trent Brown. And I'm simply just saying stay as far away from Brown as humanly possible. I know he was a Patriot. I know he's worked well underneath Josh McDaniels before. But Trent Brown is a piece of shit, and I don't want him anywhere near the Las Vegas Raiders. So go ahead now, guys. Give me your thoughts, and I'm going to ask you all this every single time that I bring up a position. I want to know who you want the Raiders to go out and get at that position. I want Morgan Moses at right tackle. I want him to be right next to Alex Leatherwood, but this show's not about me. It's about the nation. So name a right tackle the Raiders should sign. It's time now to go to the wide receiver position, which is the second biggest need for Las Vegas. You have Zay Jones as a free agent. You're also just lacking a true #1. I'm sorry, I do not believe in Bryan Edwards. And instead of just giving you 5 names, I'm going to go ahead and give you 10 names here. Coming in at #1, it's Davante Adams. You guys know how I feel about him. Clearly the best wide receiver. You can make an argument the best free agent out of any position. At #2, I got Allen Robinson. I love his overall skill position. He can block. He can catch. He was once really good in terms of stats. It's just Matt Nagy kind of ruined him this past year. At #3, I'm going to go with Chirs Godwin. Sure, he's dealing with an ACL injury, but since his days back at Penn State, this guy is absolutely phenomenal. And those 3 receivers are the only guys who I believe are true #1s. Let's go to #4. Odell Beckham Jr. Watch him close in the Super Bowl. He's probably going to get a hefty payday, but this is more of a 1B. I do not believe Odell Beckham at this current juncture can be a true wide receiver 1 in today's NFL. At #5, Michael Gallup. He again suffered a ACL injury. I love Gallup's ability, and the reason why he's #5 is because he is a great route runner, and he would fit phenomenal with what Derek Carr's strengths are. Michael Gallup, Hunter Renfrow, you still then would need to go out and add another receiver. And I'll give you 5 more names, but before I do, guys, earn free rewards on everything you buy. We already know you're going to go out to eat. You're going to buy stuff from the grocery store. You might as well take those receipts and convert them into gift cards. So go to chatsports.com/fetch. It's free to download this app. And in fact, I'm going to show you how easy and simple it is to download the Fetch Rewards app right now. So as you can see, I'm going to click on the app right there. I have 3 receipts sitting right next to me. All you have to do is click that camera button, hold the camera over top of the receipt. I know, this is really difficult stuff. You then click the camera button. It's going to load all the information like store name, date, overall price. If it accepts it, it pops up. You click submit, and then bingo, bango, you have extra bonus points, which then you can go ahead and convert into gift cards. It's literally as simple as what you just watched there. You just snap your receipts. Then when you decide, all right, I'm ready to figure out what I don't know, what gift card I want, you can then go ahead and treat yourself, whether it's Target, Amazon, Walmart, all available to you. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/fetch, but make sure you use promo code Raiders to get 3,000 bonus points on right now my new favorite app out there. Now, I also want to go ahead and show Fetch how Raider Nation gets down, and I'm doing a friendly competition with a bunch of the guys here at the studio. I want you to go to my pinned tweet right now and send me a screenshot of how many points you have on your Fetch Rewards app, and then reply to my pin tweet at Mitchell Renz 365. I want to show my bosses that Raider Nation gets down better than the 49ers, Bears, and all Cowboys fans. So please don't let me down. Let's go to my wide receiver number 6 here. It's DJ Chark of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think he could sign a 1-year prove-it deal. And if I was a receiver, I would absolutely want to take a 1-year prove-it deal with Derek Carr. Let's go to Mike Williams at number 7. He's a lot higher on a lot of other people's lists. However, I don't actually think he would fit all that well with what the Raiders already have with Bryan Edwards. They don't need another big guy who's a little bit of a plotter. Yes, Williams is having a good year this season, but he's also dealt with tons of injuries. At number 8, it's Christian Kirk. I have loved Kirk since he's come out of Texas A&M. A good intermediate route runner, skill possession guy as well. At number 9, it's JuJu Smith-Schuster. At one point, a lot of people probably would have had him a lot higher. JuJu is a Raiders fan, and he's been long connected with Las Vegas. Coming in here at number 10, Cordell Patterson. Now I get it. He's probably also considered a running back, but I wanted to put him in here because I would be curious to see what he would be able to do on special teams, how he could be the Swiss Army knife, and he has some past connections with Josh McDaniels. Another receiver that I do not want to see in silver and black is Antonio Brown. Just F the Browns. Just type FAB, FTB. Don't want any Browns on this team. I'm sorry. Just don't want him anywhere near him. All right, so now, guys, name a wide receiver that Las Vegas should go out and get. I gave you my top 10 names. Obviously, if you're going to go out and spend big on some of those guys, be ready to spend over $20 million a year. The number 3 biggest need here for Las Vegas entering free agency is the defensive tackle position, with 5 tackles at the free agent market with Solomon Thomas, Gerald McCoy, Jonathan Hankins, Darius Philon, Quentin Jefferson. You need to go out and add a DT. Now, personally, I want the Raiders to add a DT in the draft, but now let's look at the top 5 defensive tackles in free agency. Coming in here at number 1 is Akeem Hicks. Definitely going to be some connections there with Champ Kelly. At number 2, it's Calais Campbell. I understand he's 36 years old, but in terms of talent, Campbell still might be better than Akeem Hicks. Number 3 is B.J. Hill, who has been a little bit of an up-and-down story, but he's having a lot of success with the Cincinnati Bengals, and a dude that I'm going to keep my eyes very close on in Super Bowl 56. Let's go to Folo Futaxi. I got that wrong. Folo Fatukasi. Oh, man. At number 4 for the New York Jets. Really good athlete. Honestly, man, he got covered up a little bit because he was on the New York Jets. And finally, at number 5, it's DJ Jones of the San Francisco 49ers. There's definitely a big drop-off from the first 2 guys, but if you're just looking for 1-year deals, Calais Campbell might be my dude. So now it's time to fill in the blank. The Raiders should go out and sign this guy at defensive tackle. Who should it be? Should it be Akeem Hicks? Should it be Calais Campbell? I want you to go ahead. Let me know what y'all are thinking. Who should the Raiders sign at the defensive tackle position? At number 4 for my Raiders' biggest team needs, I have cornerback. With the move of Patrick Graham coming over here to be DC coach, means that I don't see Casey Hayward coming back. Therefore, the Raiders need a number 1 corner. The number 1 cornerback on my list is J.C. Jackson, who was previously with the New England Patriots. So there's definitely a lot of connections there, and I know Jackson's going to get a hefty payday. At number 2, it's Stephon Gilmore. So there's been some reports out there that the Raiders have gone out and hired the Carolina Panthers' old defensive backs coach, and they're going to go ahead and bring him in. So if that's true, Stephon Gilmore, who has Josh McDaniels connections, who played on Carolina last year, definitely another guy to keep in mind. If you want to go with a cheaper dude who's a pretty physical corner, I like Carlton Davis a lot. Personally, if you look at his numbers, you're not really going to be all that impressed, but I think that has more to do with him just being on a very bad Buccaneers secondary. At number 4, I know I mentioned it before, Casey Hayward, probably not going to be coming back, but he's the 4th best free agent corner, and I thought I wouldn't be doing my job unless I included him in this list. And finally, at 5, it's DJ Reed. DJ Reed is a sneaky, sneaky name in terms of if you really, truly believe that you could bring him in and he continues to get better, because over the past 2 seasons in Seattle, he has slowly gotten pretty damn good and actually might even be a top 15 corner in the league right now. So I have cornerback being the number 4 need here for this team. I want you guys to go down in the comments and name a cornerback that the Raiders should sign. So all you're seeing on this video are the top guys at the positions. I'm going to be making other videos throughout the offseason of who I want the Raiders to get in terms of most bang for your buck, because just because they're the best doesn't mean it's the best thing for Las Vegas. And at number 5, I'm going to go with offensive guard here because I hope Denzel Good can come back from his injury. I don't really want John Simpson to be starting, and I do honestly want Alex Leatherwood in the starting lineup, but he can play left guard or he can play right guard, so you're going to see some different positions here. Coming in at number 1 for the Washington football team, or wow, now the Commanders, it's Brandon Scherff. Now, Scherff is the best run-blocking guard in the football. He plays right guard, so if you were to go out and sign Scherff, you're then going to kick Alex Leatherwood over to the left guard position. Let's go to Laken Tomlinson, who is a left guard for the San Francisco 49ers. I love Scherff, and there's a big drop-off. He's by far my number 1 guard. And then Laken Tomlinson and Connor Williams are in this next tier of guys for me who are a little bit younger. I have played a lot of snaps and have some good upside. Coming in at number 4 might be, in terms of overall production, my favorite name on this list. He was really good in 2020, had a down year in 2021, but I'm going to put more of that blame on just Jacksonville being an absolute dumpster fire. Andrew Norwell, though, definitely a sneaky name. And my final name is James Daniels. The more and more I watch James Daniels, the more I start to fall in love with this kid, because the Chicago Bears offensive line was bad, and they tried to move him all around the line plenty of times, but then when they finally just said, all right, Daniels, there you go, you stick at the left guard position, he actually had quite a bit of success. So James is a sneaky name that I want you guys to at least keep in mind. Now you know. Name an offensive guard that I want the Raiders to go out and get. Name an original gangster that you think the Raiders should go out and sign in 2020 free agency. As it stands right now, Las Vegas has a projected $31.7 million in cap space. Obviously, that could change, but as it stands right now, I know there's a lot of positions that we went through, but name an offensive guard that the Raiders should go out and sign in free agency.